Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I'm a part-time reseller, and today I'm going to go over what sold for me from January 1st through January the 15th. And before I put this together, I thought, man, I really don't even have enough sales to do this video. But alas, there are quite a few. And I want to start out by saying I never want to become a channel where I'm always pushing you guys to buy something or promoting this or that. But I have to tell you, I did not do much for my reselling business in the month of December. I actually had an incredible month for sales. The beginning half, before my kids were out of school, I was listing. But the whole second half, I was sourcing nonstop, shopping online. And since January 1st, I went back and looked, I have listed only 10 new items. And I am filming this on January the 18th. And out of those 10, I think 5 of them were for the Poshmark campaigns. That was a whole debacle. So really, I've not been listing any items. So the fact that I have so many sales to share with you today, I 1000% attribute to PosherVA. It's not a lot of money. I regret not getting it so much sooner. I do have a code down below. It'll save you like 30% off. I did the 6 months so I could save the most money. And you guys, it's less than $1 a day. The reason I'm telling you this is because every single day, this is a newer feature. So if you don't have it yet, you might not know, but you can relist items. And yes, on Poshmark, it is the easiest platform to relist. You can just copy listing and it's a whole thing. Guys, this is even easier. Every morning I get my coffee, I open up my computer, I go to relist, delist, and I do no more than 20 items and 65 days. So the item has to be 65 days old, and I literally walk away and I come back 15 minutes later and it's done. It just runs on its own. It figures out which items. It doesn't do items with an active offer. So those will go the next day if they didn't sell. But most of my sales came from Poshmark, and a lot of them are items that are relisted. I've been doing this consistently every single day since January 1st, and you will see it's reflected. So I just want to throw that out there, not because I want you to run and use my code. That would be nice. But guys, it's a game changer. And if you're someone like me who this is my part-time gig, I had a lot of other stuff going on this month. Listing, we all know listing new items is 100% what's going to bring you sales. And some people say relisting doesn't count. I disagree because of my sales. So let's jump in. I'm going to screen share and show you exactly what has sold. And I'll tell you my numbers at the end. And I'm pretty pleased. And I will say today I have already photographed 25 items. So I'm committed to making the second half way better than the first half. All right. Let's go over to here. Okay, so I have them, I usually do one platform at a time, but today I decided to actually put them in order in which they sold because that matches my spreadsheet. So I sell on Mercari, Poshmark, and Kidizen, and my Mercari and Kidizen sales were exactly what I'm saying because I didn't list new items there, so things didn't sell. All right. Enough of that. PosherVA, you need it. Over on Mercari, I had my first sale on January the 1st. It was these American Eagle mom jeans. These came in a thread up 200-pound mystery box, $1.32 into them. They sold for $26. I do not offer free shipping, so I'm not going to say plus shipping if you're new here, but plus buyer paid shipping on all of these. And of course, Poshmark as well. I also will say over on Posh, where we're headed next, most of my sales come from offers to likers, which I don't even do that anymore, or share my items. It is set up, it does it all on its own. My items get shared every 3 hours from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. It's a beautiful thing. And I send out offers just because I'm curious what other people do. I do 10 minutes after someone likes an item, they get an automatic offer from me. And I surprisingly have had a lot of full price sales this month, and I'm always like, dang, if they just waited 6 more minutes, they would have got an offer. But all right, this is just something I put up here because my buy sell trade doesn't buy pajamas. These also came in that same thread up bulk box, $1.32. They sold for $10. That gave me a total profit of $4.23, but easy to photograph. It was brand new with the tags. All right, one of my very, very minor or tiny amount of sales on Kidizen. This is a great brand to look for. They make women's shoes as well. Saltwater sandals by Hoy. I picked these up at Once Upon a Child for $6.50. They sold for $29, and no more free shipping over on Kidizen either for me. All right, this Jessica Simpson floral overalls. I did pick these up at Marshall's for $6 for my daughter. She ended up not wearing them, and they sold for $15. So I say it every time. You guys know how I feel about kids' clothes. People will pay that $7.45 shipping on one kid's item. They will, every day. All right, this Lululemon bra came in that thread up bulk box, $1.32. It didn't even have any padding. Wasn't, you know, it was like, okay. I listed in good condition for washwear, still sold for 25 bucks. I know a lot of resellers say that Lululemon, the bras and the tank tops and all that don't sell, and capri leggings, it sells for me. So I say still pick it up. All right, we're going back to Kidizen, and we won't for a while. This was an Oakland A's jersey, little baby size, 18 to 24 months, and it came in a thread up bulk box as well, but a kids box. So I had 59 cents into it, and it sold for, I sent them an offer of 19 even, so saved them a little shipping. These Sam Edelman shoes I did pick up at Goodwill. I did pay $6 for them, but that's because I averaged my cost of goods that day, so I probably only paid like $3, but they sold for $18 over on Posh. This cool vintage jacket, it had like a handwritten tag and everything. This I picked up at the bins for 78 cents. It sold for 33. It was a men's golf jacket. This Elemi floral bra came in that same, this was like my second thread up 200-pound box. It came with a lot of really great like small things, bras, underwear, all of that. So $1.32 into it, sold for 25. This is a mini Bowden Harry Potter dress. I did buy this on Kidizen for $16, and then I turned around and sold it for $34. And I bought this in a bundle of things, so I kept a few things for my daughter, sold a few things, and so even after paying up for that, I still made a profit of $13.31. The mini Bowden Harry Potter line is a great pickup if you can find it. These Hannah Anderson little kids pajamas, I did pay $1.49 for these. I bought these a long time ago. You guys know I love Hannah Anderson, but the tiny sizes, I no longer pick up anything unless it's new with the tags under size 2T. These were only a 6 to 9 months. So, but again, this is a perfect example. Someone paid $11 plus $7.45 shipping for a tiny baby pajama on Posh. This was a bundle on Poshmark, and this was a great example of knowing what your items are worth. I get lowball offers. We all do, right? And I don't mind it unless it's from another reseller. It just rubs me the wrong way. And I know there's arguments on both sides. Some people just want to see maybe you're willing to let things go. But this was 5 items. 4 of them were brand new with the tag, and I had recently listed 2 of them. And I believe it was $85 altogether, something like that. Anyway, this other reseller offered me like over 50%. And I could have just declined it or not answered, but I did come back and we settled on $55. So I only had $8.90 in, but I knew that some of these items, especially this mini Bowden bathing suit, I could get closer to what I was asking. So when it was all said and done, I made $52 back out my $8.90 I had into it. It was still a pretty great sale. And these were all very tiny sizes. So I was happy to see it go, but I was okay not accepting her initial offer and holding out for more. This Untuckit men's, it's not a polo. I wrote polo on my sheet. It was a t-shirt. Great brand for men's and women's. This came in a men's 100-pound thread up box that had $3.13 into it. It sold for $20. This little Madewell speckled t-shirt I picked up at the bins for 78 cents. It sold for 17. We're still on Posh. This Mia and Tess Sherpa zip up came from the bins. That day I only had 65 cents cost of goods. It sold for 32. After putting this together, I've decided I need to go to the bins because the cost of goods is just so cheap. You can't beat it. And I love searching through the bins. Okay, heading back over to Mercari for one sale. These are mini Melissas. Y'all know how I feel about those. I picked these up on Poshmark, again, in a bundle of things, a couple things to keep for my own kids, but I picked up a few things to resell. These, she had, I actually did not leave this person a great review because half of the items I got were damaged and these were listed as the wrong size. I could have sent it all back, but it's one of those cases where on Posh, if you buy a bundle and you have to send everything back. And there was, I think there was 6 items I got. I really wanted one of the pair of shoes for my own kid, and those were the only thing that were in okay shape. Everything else had undisclosed stains. These shoes were listed as the wrong size. It was just a mess, but I was like, you know what? I'll recoup my money. So I ended up having $5.46 into these. Still, they sold for $14 on Mercari plus shipping, and so I made a profit of $6.43, which is fine, and I'm still going to profit on it. I just don't like when items are misrepresented. Like, it bothers me. All right, this Ralph Lauren little baby romper. We are back on Poshmark. This was tiny, 9 months. I picked this up locally at a random little thrift store for 50 cents, and it sold for 10. And I only picked that up because it was new with the tags. These Converse Palm Tree sneakers came in a thread-up shoebox for $5.30. They sold for 23. This is a Disney Parks. You guys know I love me some Disney Parks. Brand new with the tags, plush Lady and the Tramp. This was Tramp from the live action. I picked him up for $5 at a local sale, and I was glad he sold on Posh because he was quite large. He wasn't heavy, but just awkward, and I fit him into some sort of giant priority box, and he sold for $29. These adult block tap shoes, 65 cents at the bins, sold for $23. These Kamek slippers I picked up at Once Upon a Child for $4.50. They sold for $18. This Chaser Janis Joplin band t-shirt came retail arbitrage. So I did have $12 into it, but sold for $29. I made 10 bucks, made an item I got for myself that day free. This Free People rose gold sparkle bralette thing. I guess you're supposed to wear it open like that. I'm not cool and trendy, but this had a very, retail for $118, this tiny little thing. It came in a thread-up bulk box for $1.47, and I did have it listed higher. I had it listed a while though, and I accepted an offer for $40. These Lululemon gray shorts, these were men's shorts. I picked these up at a local thrift for $3. They sold the same day I listed them for $45. Over on Mercari, this is an INC Aztec cardigan. I picked this up at the bins just based on style, not, this is not a very expensive brand, and it had 78 cents into it. It sold for 18. Still on Mercari, these are Crocs frozen shoes, but they light up, and I was actually I don't know if you guys will see I took pictures in my bathroom in the dark. Do you know how many pictures I had to take to get these lights to show up? But they were cool, they were heavy. I actually picked them up at Once Upon a Child. I did have $7.65 into them, but I thought my daughter would want them, but she said they were too heavy. So they were in great condition. They sold for $23 over on Mercari. Back to Poshmark. These Lululemon blue running speed up shorts I picked up at Goodwill for $4.19. They had a lot of attention, a lot of questions. I will say I'm so grateful for the buyer that I had. I have speed up shorts, and I did notice that these didn't have a liner, the inside, I don't know, but they looked like they came that way. There was no flaws. They looked brand new. They were really, really short. Where I have they were the 2-inch inseam. Yeah, 2.5 inch. I don't know. They didn't have a liner even in the stock photos, but this girl wrote me and she goes, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with these. They fit me so well. She gave me 5 stars, and she was like, did you have the liner professionally removed? It looks so great. And I was like, I don't think they came with a liner. And she goes, no, they do. Anyway, so thank goodness I didn't get a return because I cut out a liner, but strange, very strange. Anyway, moving on. These I cannot believe sold on Poshmark for my full asking price. They are this brand Havaianas. They were a tiny infant size 4. I mean, like the size of your pointer finger. So they sold for my full asking price of $12. I had $1 into them, and yeah, and I didn't even know what to ship them out in because they were so tiny. I used the small flat rate boxes, the priority ones, and I still had to shove so much wrapping paper in them because they were just tiny. All right, these Birkenstocks, I picked these up on Mercari in a bundle with 2 other pairs. I like my kids like the plastic ones. I do too. And so I sold these for $27 and was able to recoup $20 back, which then basically made it like I got the other 2 I kept for free. Love it. All right, this Disney Parks Space Mountain tee, I had $5 into. It was new with the tags. It sold for $22. This, I showed this, okay, so these little Gap gray corduroy boots, they were not in the best condition. I had them listed for $12. They came in a ThredUp rescue box, so my cost of goods was $5. This person sent me like a $5 offer in which I countered at $10, and she asked me so many questions. Would these fit a 5-year-old? You know, it was one of those cases where it was such a small sale. I could have just declined her offer, but I went back and forth with her, so many messages. She was just asking just general questions about shopping on Poshmark. She's a grandma, and it ended up being such a sweet little conversation. She left me this night, great shoes, we love them, thanks for being so patient and sharing tips for shopping and selling. So I just left that in there to show you guys. I know sometimes it's hard to have patience with people asking, like, I don't want to say silly questions, crazy questions, but I don't know if these shoes would fit a 5-year-old. My kid wore this size when they were 3. The other kid was, you know, so just a reminder to answer questions, even if you don't want to. Have some wine. All right, this Ralph Lauren wool cream sweater I picked up at the bins, 78 cents. It sold for $33. It was a wool alpaca sweater. This Hannah Anderson puffer vest I picked up at Once Upon a Child for $5.50. It sold for $24. It was a kid's size 5. So Poshmark kid sales, another Poshmark kid sale bundle. This was a pair of Hannah Anderson Tiana purple pajamas. I picked those up on Kidizen. And these American Girl slippers I bought online. So I had about $15 into this bundle, and she sent me an offer of $43, which I thought was super fair. So I still, let's see, made $34.40 if you back out my almost $10. Happy with that sale. I love when I get a good offer. Another not so good, I had a couple bundles. So this was another person who when I get lowball offers, does anyone else go and then look at their page? And if it's just a buyer, like they have no listings, I'm like, okay, but if it is obviously a reseller, I'm like, ugh. So this person, you see I have these shoes listed at $29 and $52. Now I didn't have a lot into these. I had one came from Swap, one came from a ThredUp rescue box. I only had about $10.20 into the 2 pairs, but she offered me like $25. I don't know. It was like the most ridiculous offer in which I countered. And I think I did one of those counters where if I get lowball offers, I try really hard not to decline, but I'll counter either at my same asking price or like $5 less. And we settled on $55. So, you know, this person was willing to spend the money. I guess they just wanted to see if I wanted to just give these away. I don't know. All right, we are still on Poshmark. These are some little kids Crocs, size 3, big kid, but still kids. Not in the best shape. I listed them in play condition. They still sold for $12. Jumping to Mercari, this is T collection. This was a little girl size 2T dress. It definitely showed wash wear, very typical of the brand, but still sold for $9. I only had $1 into it, so I made a $7 profit. Back to Poshmark, this mini Bowden little girl's size 1.5 to 2 years. It was an old tag. This is what the old tag looks like. Nowadays, it's much cuter, and a lot of them are printed on. But anyway, I only had $3 into this, and it sold for $13. This was a day I used my PosherVA and sent out 30% offers on all of my items that were under $20, just to kind of clear out a lot of my stuff, and I got a lot of sales. This was a full price. I had several full price sales, but this one I know for sure was a full price sale in the middle of the night. I had $10.19 into these, and they sold for $68. So I had a profit of $44 on these native. They were women's shoes. Well, they sell their shoes as kind of men's or women's. So women's size 8. Native is a great brand for men, women, and children. I love it. These are a pair of Zara little girl size 2 ballet patent leather flats. These came out of my daughter's closet. She never wore them. I think I originally actually picked them up at Marshall's, and they sold for $18. This Matilda Jane Peppermint Patty Mint Tulle skirt came in a ThredUp kids box for 59 cents. and it sold for 15. My third, and the first half of the month, I only had 3 Kidizen sales. Here was the third one. This was a pair of Primark swim trunks. This was a bad pickup. These were like new without tag, but they had a spot on the back where like the peel off tag was. Anyway, I have had these listed for over 2 years at this point. I had $1 into them and they sold for $10. So goodbye, little baby shorts. This was a fantastic sale. This was a Patagonia lightweight cinchilla snap tee fleece pullover in a women's size extra, extra small. These also came out of a random rescue box for, I had $1.42 into it. I didn't know how fast it would sell, being that it was an extra, extra small, and I couldn't find comps in this exact colorway. So I listed it high and hoped for the best, and it sold the same day for $58. That was on Mercari. Back to Poshmark. These Mickey fleece white pajamas, I picked these up the first time I went to the bins just because I was just overwhelmed with how much awesome stuff there was. I would not pick these up if I went again, but these were just Uniqlo, some fleece Disney Mickey ears, lounge pants. So I had 65 cents into them. They sold for 12 bucks. So it's not like it was a bad sale. It just, you know, I bought way too much that time. Native, again, these are little kids' native gray Jefferson sneakers. I picked these up for $2 at Goodwill. They sold over on Mercari for $16. Back to Posh, 2 more sales. These Brooks purple sneakers, I picked these up for $2.99, and I don't know, I did a haul on these, but when I got home, they were in terrible condition. I don't know how I missed this whole, yeah, they were not good. And they still sold though for $15, so I still made a profit of $9.01. So now I know, because I got a pair of Brooks after I picked these up in a thread-up box, and they had the same flaws. So their ankles just seem to really show wear, even if the heels don't on this brand. All right, and my last sale, another full price sale, $10, plus they paid $7.45. So they were $17.45 plus tax on their end into these Hialeah, I don't know. They're like those grippy socks that you wear for Pilates or bar classes, and they must really have wanted these socks. So I was happy to see these go. These also came in that same thread up bulk 200-pound box. I had $1.32 into them, so I made $5.73 off of this little pair of socks. So those were my sales for the first 15 days of January, and not too shabby. It was 54 items. So you saw there were a few bundles. That was a gross sales of $1,179.15. But once you back out all of the fees, my cost of goods, all the things, that left me with a profit of $729.25. So is it my best month? Not at all. But am I super happy? Absolutely, because I've listed nothing and I'm getting back to it though. So I hope that my second half of January sales will be way more than that. But you know, this is my side gig, my part-time gig, my thing that makes me happy gig. And every month I kind of like, I have goals that I set for how much I'd like to make, but it's more so I'd like it to pay for this or pay for that. And so we will see. Right now it is a birthday season for us. So my kids' birthdays are March, May, and June, and birthdays are my jam. I go all out. So we are already shopping for decorations and such. So that's kind of what my money is going towards this month. And first up, my littlest is turning 7, and she has requested a Lily Pulitzer themed pool party. So in the beginning of March in Florida, it could be 90 degrees and it could be 50. So all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like on your way out, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.